Captain Pike. We've been cleared for takeoff.
I may throw up on you.
I think these things are pretty safe.
Don't pander to me, kid. One tiny crack in the hull and our blood boils in 13 seconds. Solar flare might crop up, cook us in our seats. And wait till you're sitting pretty with a case of Andorian shingles. See if you're still so relaxed when your eyeballs are bleeding.
I remember watching the shows when I was a little boy, and I actually was also into The Next Generation and Voyager. I saw every movie when it came out. So for me, you know, when I heard that they were doing a reboot of Star Trek, it was something that I was very, very interested in being a part of.
I actually wasn't that big of a fan growing up, and I went back and started watching the old episodes, and was surprised to learn that I kind of knew all the references already. It was, you know, Star Trek is such a part of our culture at this point that it had already soaked in.
Salute. Yes, sir. Set course for Taurus 2. Aye, sir.
You know, I was a little nervous as a Korean American. He's Japanese American, and people may not be aware, but I was afraid that some people might be protective of that and be a little touchy. And he said, you know, Roddenberry meant for that character to represent all of Asia. He wanted the world to be represented on that bridge. You know, it's especially meaningful because there's been so many wars fought within Asia.
James T. Kirk was a great man, but that was another life.
I had this meeting with JJ, and he's full of energy, and it's like, oh, this film's going to be fantastic, it's wonderful, and we're going to do this, it's going to be great, and do you have any questions? And I'm like, yeah, well, what's the story? And he goes, can't tell you. And I'm like, well, I guess I got no questions. And the interview literally ground to a halt 2 minutes later. I walked out of there thinking, oh man, I've blown that. There's just no way, nothing's going to come of that. A couple of months later, we get a call saying, JJ would really love you to come in and read for the character of Bones, which I did. And for me, it was like I was in the middle of the audition, and JJ starts laughing, and I almost threw me because I hadn't done live theatre for a couple of years, and it was not used to that immediate response. I managed to make it through to the end of the take, and instantly he's like, wow, that's it. That's, my God, that's Bones.
I don't need a doctor, damn it, I am a doctor.
You need to get back to your seat.
I had one in the bathroom with no windows.
I
suffer from aviophobia. It means fear of dying.
Sir, for your own safety, sit down, or else I'll make you sit down.
I've done a lot of action sort of characters over recent years, so to be given the opportunity to do something that was completely diametrically opposite to what I had been doing was such an amazing gift. To me, I was attracted to the character of Bones because he's this character who has this outwardly irascible, grumpy, really appalling bedside manner. But underneath that, he is the most sort of caring, altruistic, and loyal friend that you are ever going to find. And it was, you know, his character was sort of, you know, one of the three that I really latched onto in the original series, along with Kirk and Spock. My favorite episodes were always watching, you know, Bones and Spock, you know, go at each other.
About to lop off the captain's professional head, and you're sitting here playing chess with a computer. Mr. Spock, you're the most cold-blooded man I've ever known.
Why, thank you, Doctor.
I think that there is such a plethora of nods to the original series, and Robert Orkey and Alex Kurtzman the writers played such attention to detail and making sure that they got not only the characters right and the character dynamics right, but just little inside, you know, jokes or classic lines and stuff that perhaps only the long-term Trekkies will pick up. But, you know, I think, as JJ said, he's making this film for a broad audience. He's making this film not just for Trekkie fans, but for everybody. And, you know, to me it's exciting because it's the closest film, in my opinion, to the very spirit of what Roddenberry created back in the 60s. You know, it's hip, it's young, it's sexy, it's fresh, and with today's modern technology, it's just mind-blowingly ballistic, graphics-wise. So it's a really great ride.
Buckle up. The wait is over.